I just want to get a picture of you for Facebook. There, okay. Yeah, and hold up this. Hold up the book.
How about if I read?
Yeah, you can be reading the book. Oh, good. It's all dark, but I can fix that. Okay, let's see what else. All right. There are courses taught about the Firesign Theater. There are courses taught about the Firesign Theater. There are books written about the Firesign Theater. When I was back in New York to speak at my grade school graduation, I was interviewed by a guy from Cornell University who is writing a book about the Firesign Theater and teaching a course about the Firesign Theater. There's a documentary in the process by a filmmaker named Luke Poling to tell the story of the Firesign Theater and explain things. But we considered those first 4 albums as a quadraphony, as a forties. Waiting for the Electrician, How Can You Be in Two Places at Once, and Nick Danger Third Eye, and I have to tell you why Nick Danger got on that album. I think Don't Crush That Dwarf, Hand Me the Pliers, and I think we're all bozos on this bus. And if you listen, one album leads into ends with the beginning of the next album. Nick Danger is on the second album, also known as the Marx Lennon album, because we got the rights from both Groucho Marx and John Lennon to use their likenesses on our album in a propaganda poster, which was my design. And we had filled the first side. We didn't have anything on the second side. And we were going to do Nick Danger on a radio show we were doing as a serial. So we wrote the first 20 minutes as a pilot for the Nick Danger radio serial. And we went to the studio. I think it was on a Sunday afternoon. Might have been KRLA, KPPC, I don't remember anymore. And we were locked out of the studio. They changed management overnight. And they were now doing Hasidic country western. Okay? So we couldn't get into the studio. We were canceled. Just gone. So we said, what are we going to do with this? We said, well, we've got another side on the album. Let's adapt it for the record. And that became our greatest breakthrough hit. That was the piece that was significantly recognizable by a mass audience, particularly our audience, which grew up on black and white movies and detective radio serials. And that's what it was, that they could go, oh, I don't get this. Oh, but then it went there, and it went there, and went there, and there, and there. And they went right along with it and said, oh my God, it's great. And that was really what made us successful. But even with that kind of success, the suits at Columbia didn't understand who we were, what we were doing. And it was a fellow named John McClure, who was the head of the spoken arts division, who said, you gotta keep these guys signed on. He said, I will sign them on under a spoken arts contract because they're geniuses. They're gonna be huge. And they said, sure, John, if that's the way you feel about it. Now, that meant we got reduced royalties, but we didn't have to pay for studio time under this contract.
Nice.
That's one of the reasons why we were able to create these thick, multi-layered albums, because we had all the leisure time we needed to write them, go into the studio, record them, go back, do some more writing, go in, record again, do some tweaking, do some mixing, go back, finish writing it, go in, finish the album, artwork, get it ready, do a big mix. Out it goes.